Hi guys, welcome back to celebrating the simplicity of the season in four, that's right, 1, 2, 3, 4 easy steps. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different than we talked about last time, and that's that one of the best ways to just celebrate simplicity is by remaining distraction free. That's right, cutting out distraction, minimizing distraction so that you can focus on the simplicity of the things that you love. So, step number one, this is going to go really fast. Are you ready? Step number one is pick two things. That's right, just two things per day that you want to focus on. There's so much going on this time of year leading right up until Christmas that it's so easy to get overwhelmed. And in order to keep from getting overwhelmed on a regular basis, why not at the very beginning of the day, or even better, the night before, pick two things, kind of like Panera Bread. You know how they have that thing where you pick two? Yeah, like salad and soup, or salad and sandwich, or soup and sandwich. I really like Panera Bread. But pick two things that you want to focus on and write it down. Don't just have it in your head. And I highly recommend that you do this before going to bed the night before. Have a little sticky note, have the notes app on your phone open, Evernote, something like that. Have your calendar open to say these two things, whether it's wrap all the presents for this party, or make sure I have my menu set, or make sure that my house is clean. Whatever your two most important things for that day. And that eliminates from having this big, huge, long list of to-do weighing over you for the whole day. You knock those two things out, you'll feel accomplished, you'll feel on top of things, and you'll know that those two things were important for that day. And then tomorrow you have another top to pick for the day. So now on to step two. Are you ready? This one's going to be a little bit more challenging, but still simple. A lot of you will have your children home over the holidays, and I don't want you ending up like the Christmas song that's like, can't wait for school to start again. I don't want you to feel like that, and I don't want your kids to be a distraction to you and to be a source of frustration. You can ask me how I know that can be frustrating. You see my eye twitching a little bit? No, just kidding. My kids are home with me all day because we homeschool. But that doesn't mean that they don't cause a distraction, because they're kids and they're super excited and they're having lots of sugar right now. So that means that they're kind of bouncing off the walls a little bit and they're completely unfocused because they're so full of excitement. And don't you want to have that same exact excitement? I know that I do. So here's my suggestion, is that you let your kids free range a little bit. I know some of you are not going to like that very much, but just trust me, just let them do their own thing. Whether it's vegging out in front of the TV for a little while, it's not going to kill them. If it's playing an extra video game, which I don't personally like, but you know what? They're doing something they enjoy. I get some time so my brain can think. And then everybody's okay at the end of the day. And it's much better than having these constant confrontations and friction going on in our home. And the other part of that is give your kids a to-do list. Things that they'll actually enjoy doing. Being like, you know what? I really need somebody to put some lights outside in the flower bed, and just be okay with letting them do it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, which leads us into step number 4. This one's a hard one for me. It's avoid perfectionism. If you're anything like me at all, I have a problem with perfectionism. I kind of like things to be a certain way, especially if I have an idea in my head of how it's supposed to be. And Christmas is kind of one of these seasons where I have a lot of expectations. My Christmas tree has always been one for me. It's my thing, and I decorate it, and I don't want anybody messing it up. And the kids have their own trees in their bedrooms. This year, however, Miss Perfectionism who's also quite a procrastinator, waited until the last minute, right before her family was coming over for Christmas celebrations, which was several weeks early, and I didn't have my tree up. Uh, no, I did have my tree up. It just was undecorated and had no lights on it. It was just a tree in the house. So I said, come on, kids, we got to get this done. We want to have a tree when we sit around and open gifts with Mima and Pop Pop. And so we did. And it was so great. It normally takes me forever to do it because I'm a perfectionist and I want each ornament spaced exactly. And I want this to go here and this to go there. But this totally changed things. It shifted the atmosphere when I was like, you know what? We've got to do it. So who cares? It'll still be beautiful because our ornaments are beautiful. My kids are beautiful. Our time together is beautiful. And it did. It turned out really great. And I really love it and have enjoyed it so much the last couple of weeks. So I just want to encourage you just to push perfectionism aside, kind of like allowing the kids to be helpful and let them do something. It's not going to be perfect. So don't worry about it. Let them sign your Christmas cards or address something. What a great, and that's educational. Let them put the addresses on something or put the stickers or stamps on something, or let them make some goodie bags with some candy to say, here's, 25 bags and there's some oranges and candy. Go for it. Just make sure it's equally dispersed. Look, they'll be doing algebra. You can thank me later. But anyway, so that's it. 4 steps to simplifying your holiday season by becoming distraction free. That's right. So step number 1, recap, pick 2 like Panera. Step number 3 is we're going to let your children free range a little bit and let them be helpful. Oh, that wasn't 4. Pause, rewind. I skipped number 3. So number 3 is actually, step number 3 is to limit social media. I'm so sorry I skipped this because this must be something that's really important. I love social media. I wouldn't be talking to you without social media. But I think sometimes during the holidays, it does create a distraction. Or anytime you're trying to be really focused on something, social media can just come in and kind of slice into your life a little bit too much. And I'm not saying that you have to completely eliminate it. If you feel like you need to eliminate it, eliminate it. Nobody's going to die if you're not on social media. You can post all your cute pictures after Christmas. Nobody will care. They'll be like, oh, it'll probably get more attention. But if you need to limit it so that A, you're not spending your time on social media when you really want to be doing something else, but also so that you don't feel like you're having to keep up with anyone. I know for me, like in the very early part of the season, like several days before Thanksgiving and people are putting up their trees, I'm like, I feel so far behind and it's like Thanksgiving hasn't even happened. So if you need to eliminate distractions by limiting social media, please do that. And you can do that by just saying, you know what, I'm only going to get on social media for the first 30 minutes of the day, or like when you're having your coffee, and be like that 30 minutes, and that's it. If you want to post something from the day before, or say, during your lunch break, or just do it at night, but just give yourself limits so it doesn't come creeping into areas of your life that you don't want it in, because it's your life and it's your life to celebrate. And so now I will recap all 4. Number 1 is you're going to pick 2, like Panera. Number 2 is you're going to let your kids free range and be super helpful to you. Number 3, back up to number 2. Another suggestion is sticky notes. I don't like a lot of clutter. And one of the things that you can do is to do sticky notes and wear your kids on the fridge. And as they're done, tell them to throw it away and do the honor system, that you expect them to do a great job, and that they're being really helpful to you, and praise them, and take those sticky notes as they're done and throw them in the trash, and just do a few. Again, you're limiting yourself to a pick 2. Don't give them a list a mile long. Just keep it super short and simple. Number 3 is limit social media. That's pretty self-explanatory. And number 4 is avoid perfectionism, which we are totally going to come back to and talk to about some more because perfection problems affects a lot of us. All right, guys, so this has been celebrating simplicity and for celebrating the simplicity of the season in 4 easy steps. Whew, that's a tongue twister. I should have warmed up my tongue before all that happened. Whew. All right, guys. So Wakeup Woman coming at you saying Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I just wish nothing more for you than that your season is full of joy and happiness, that you're super excited and super blessed to celebrate this time of year, and that you can do it in a way that produces an opportunity inside of you to love more and be more present in the world that you're living in. So until next time, you guys take care.